time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
Hello, welcome back to A Boring Revolution, your number one news source for everything in regards to the Boring Company. Thank you for joining me this evening. I wanted to talk about the Boring Company autonomous electric vehicle, also known as the Tesla Minibus. I prefer AEV because I think that's kind of a bit of a neat acronym, as it were. There's this beautiful sketch here, which I very much like the look of, although I don't think it will look like this, but it is such a beautiful design. I've changed my opinion on what I think is happening with this vehicle, and I thought that I would bring that to you in a video, as it were. I think this vehicle has been very, very heavily delayed. Potentially, we might not see this vehicle until 2026, maybe even 2027. I don't think it really plays a very important part in Tesla's roadmap. I think it's a vehicle of very low profit margin, very low units, and I just think that it's fallen out of favour with Elon Musk and the management at Tesla, and that's an unfortunate development for the Boring Company. These are all my opinions, by the way. I could be completely wrong, but hey, you know, tell me in the comments below if you believe I'm right or wrong, or what you really think about this vehicle. The reason I'm coming to this conclusion is that there was another question asked at the Q3 quarterly earnings call, and as per the Q2 earnings call as well, Elon Musk's answer didn't really fill me with much excitement or much enthusiasm about potentially bringing this to market very, very soon. It was kind of like, well, yeah, we're going to kind of do it, we were going to get around to it, and maybe we'll do it, you know. There was no idea of dates or numbers or what kind of platform it was going to be built on, or even what the specs were. What I'll do is I'll play you the video, and then we can discuss what's basically has been said. Here we go. No, that's the wrong one. Here we go.
I'm actually a big fan of the original VW sort of bus. That was really cool. And I haven't really seen the new one, but yeah, I mean, I think over time Tesla will make basically, you know, all major variants of vehicle. Why not? You know, one in every significant category, I think.
I mean, there's just nothing there. There's nothing there that tells me that this particular product is being worked on very much, if anything. And that would indicate to me that they're not going to push this vehicle forward until well after they deliver the Tesla Compact or the Tesla Model, you know, Q or T or whatever it's going to be called. I like this Model T, but I'm guessing that's been taken by Ford. But I think this vehicle is going to be very heavily delayed. That is a real disappointment, because a lot of my calculations, a lot of my capacity estimates, as they were, are based on the use of this vehicle with 12 to 14, possibly even 16 seats. I think that is the perfect setup. Not too big, not too small. High capacity vehicle, large battery pack, high top speed, potentially up to 170 miles per hour. That will probably be limited to around 150 miles per hour, if not less than that. This vehicle's not coming anytime soon, and the reason that it's not coming anytime soon is because Tesla is spinning a lot of plates at the moment. They have a lot of fish to fry, however you want to call it. They want to ramp up the Model 3 and the Model Y in Germany and Texas, and they've also made quite a few additions to some other vehicles that are about to be released, including potentially the Cybertruck and the Tesla Semi, and then the Roadster, and then following that, you've got the like the compact, the Tesla Model Q. This is taking away massive amounts of manpower away from other potential projects, and on top of that, Tesla Energy is expanding exponentially, and it's a massive growth area for the company. And what good business people do is they focus their team's time and energy and enthusiasm onto projects that are going to make the company the most money in the short to medium term. And those particular products are obviously going to be the Model 3 and the Model Y, but also the Powerwall, the solar glass roof, even just standard solar panels, kind of the Megapacks, semi-truck, and obviously the Cybertruck. All these are big profit earners. This vehicle here is not going to be a profit earner. It's going to be a vehicle that they produce, as kind of a goodwill gesture for the Boeing company. Now, this is a beautiful sketch. I've previously used this example, which I think is kind of super simple kind of design, which I believe it'll probably look more like this than like this. But this is really quite a beautiful, as it were, sketch, which is just wonderful. But it's hard times. I don't think this vehicle is coming before 2026. I think that any design work that they've previously done has basically been saved away on a computer somewhere and just forgotten about, and those people are now working on other projects. This vehicle won't even get a look in terms of R&D over the next year or so. Maybe after that something will happen, but there's just too much going on at Tesla, and it badly affects the Boeing company, because the Boeing company has to then opt for other Tesla vehicles, so the Model X and the Model Y are potentially the vehicles that they're going to use. Ultimately, they've got less than half the capacity of this vehicle we see here on the screen. That means that the amount of people you can move per hour in the tunnel is going to be quite significantly limited. Obviously, the Boeing company loop system still makes a lot of sense with the Model Y, Tesla Model Y, and the Model X, and potentially even the Tesla Model 3, as it were. But it would make a ton more sense from an economic perspective with this particular vehicle, this autonomous electric vehicle. I think they definitely will produce this vehicle. It's not that it's been canned indefinitely. It is in the roadmap, but that roadmap, I believe, is a 10-year plan. I'm thinking it's a 10-year plan. So potentially, as long as they deliver this before the end of or beginning of 2030, then that would still count as a successful conclusion of that particular roadmap. What would I like to see the Boeing company do? Or even Tesla? I think the Boeing company could certainly help in kind of facilitating this particular vehicle being designed and kind of engineered, as it were. Tesla has a lot of different people across the world, whether it's in China or Germany or Austin now, California. They have operations obviously in Nevada as well. They could put together a small design team. It doesn't need to be some insanely large group of people. Design this vehicle, take an existing vehicle, maybe like the Model X, and drastically kind of adapt it to suit this kind of vehicle. Obviously allow for the use of the 4680 cells, a few other things as well, potentially a different camera setup than the current Model Y and Model 3. I don't think there's an excuse for this vehicle being delayed so long. I know that Tesla have a lot of things that are going on at the moment, but Tesla is the number one place that people apply for work. And if they can't attract a small team just absolutely 100% focused on this particular project, as it were, or vehicle, then that's a real hard shame, really, because I don't think it's that difficult. I think that this could be a really simple vehicle. It's more like a commercial vehicle than kind of a consumer vehicle, and the interior is just so simple you wouldn't believe. I don't think that it will have this kind of setup here where you've got, you know, doors in front, seats in front of the doors. I think that it'll be more of an open plan layout like the kind of the original sketches. So that would encompass having a much longer vehicle, which might mean they need to deviate away from the Model X kind of skateboard platform. But I mean, what about the Cybertruck platform? How could they not adapt that? I'm pretty confident they could. You know, there's a lot of stuff that's already kind of in the tool shed, as it were, at Tesla that they could pull out and use. But the trouble with Tesla is, and it's both a strength and a weakness. You know, the strength from the day one of Tesla is they want to do everything with a blank sheet of paper and make it the best that it can possibly ever be. But sometimes it's certainly better to start with, you know, something that you already have, or parts and pieces that you already have, and then kind of amalgamate them together in some kind of like Frankenstein vehicle. But I think they can do it. I hope that I'm wrong about this, but hey, you know, who knows? I think this vehicle is delayed until 2026, 2027. That's left me a little bit disappointed. However, I still think that the Boeing company, as a company, has a really, really excellent future ahead of it. I think Proof-Rock is a really beautiful TBM, and it's going to really surprise a lot of people in the coming 1 to 2 years. And ultimately, they're going to win a lot of projects and excite a lot of people, whether it's in Fort Lauderdale or Austin, Texas, or in California or in Las Vegas. You know, these projects are going to absolutely, you know, improve the brand name of the company and you know, put the company on the map, as it were. Okay, that's the end. Thanks for joining me today, and please consider following me on Twitter and Instagram. All the links are below, and please consider following me on Patreon. Thanks to all my Patreon supporters, by the way. Really, really do appreciate that. And thanks to all my new Patreon supporters who have joined me this week. I really very much appreciate that. Okay, guys, remember, don't be boring. I'll see you on the next one. Take care now. Goodbye. Thank you.